All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Well, Mayor Mike, welcome back to Mayor's Monday here again, WSAU and WSAU.com. First subject right out of the gate is the subject that everybody is sick of talking about. We wish it would all go away, and you're trying to make it go away. It's the snow. Give us an update. How are you on the budget? How are you on the removal process? Because we may finally be in a window here where it's going to stop, right?
Well, it's going to stop some point. I told people, I said, by June, I'm going to have this snow problem taken care of. We just need time to work it out. Now, we're going to go with the solar snow removal concept. We're just going to let the sun melt it all.
Yeah.
No, it's just one of those years. And this one, obviously, is particularly stressful for people because we have a record snowfall in February. All-time records have been broken. So, yeah, there's a lot of snow. We're okay budget-wise and equipment-wise, but I can tell you our streets crews, our parks crews, everybody that's out there trying to clear streets and sidewalks, and even our water crews are out. They've been running themselves ragged. We're getting what seems to be a snowfall every 3 or 4 days, and we have time to plow and clear the streets as best we can. And then when we start picking up the snow to try and cut down some of those snowbanks, well, we get another storm. So it's stressful. It's dangerous out there. I want to remind everybody that because the snowbanks are so high, your visibility is reduced. Do not go the speed limit. Slow down. Shorter people, smaller cars can be hidden behind these high snowbanks. And until we can get them cleared, you need to be cautious because if something pops out from behind the snowbank, you may not have time to stop. Everybody's got the same pile of snow to deal with, literally. The plows go by and plow my driveway in. They plow their own driveways in, and we have to go and clear it. It's frustrating, but we know this. We all chose Wisconsin, so unless you moved here in the last 6 months, you have no excuse. Patience is a key thing, and flamethrowers are a second option.
Yeah, that is true. We just have to find somebody with one, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, I think you can buy them at the hardware store. I know Frank's has got a lot of equipment like that. And I'm kidding. Don't do that. But it's one of those things. We're on our reserves for salt. We've been using a lot of sand this year, but it's going to create a bigger mess in spring. We just do the best we can. So budget-wise, we're okay as long as we still have a reasonable start of spring.
Yeah, absolutely. I told somebody when I was in line at the grocery store the other day, lines are backed up because, we're getting another storm and it's Friday at 5 o'clock and everybody's done with work. We're all in this together.
Yeah.
Folks, we really are. Just keep mindful of everybody else around you and realize that eventually this is going to go away.
Yeah, and it's really an opportunity for the communities to shine. Last week when we had the ice storm, there were power outages all over the place, and people couldn't get out of their driveways. Everybody was helping everybody else. If you had power, there were people posting on social media, hey, if you don't have power, you need heat, come on over to our house. And just welcoming strangers in or inviting strangers in. We all take care of each other, and that's what's really important.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what makes it great about living in a community, just like
it does.
Just like here, just like Wausau, Marshfield. We're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
Again, we're in this together. We're going to get through it, and you know what? We're going to enjoy July when it's 110.
No, we're going to complain about the heat. That's what we're going to do. Can't we do something about this heat? Oh my God.
That is true. That is true as well. But of course, that's why we also have waterfront property and swimming pools and things like that, which are eventually going to. You're thinking about those too.
Here's an option too. Take some of that snow that's in your front yard right now and put it in your freezer, and then bring it out in July. When it's too hot, you can bask in build a snowman.
Yeah. There we go. Problem solved here.
There you go. That's what we do here.
Absolutely. Talking about an announcement you had late last week. We call these Friday news dumps in the industry, but it's an announcement that is going to impact operations right here around City Hall and with Portage County.
Yeah, it is. So your listeners probably remember hearing about the county needing to build a new facility. They need a new jail. They need new courthouses. So they've been talking for several years now about a new facility and building it downtown. Costs are pretty expensive. We've also talked here in the city about the need for a new city hall. The building we're in now doesn't function efficiently, even slightly. So we need some space as well. So we started talking to the county about this, and hey, you have some needs, we have some needs. Both of them are crazy expensive. We've got various properties. How about if we talk about a swap? So we're looking at very preliminarily working with the county to do some property swaps. The county could build outside of the downtown area on a green site, a new site, and save a couple of $1 million easy. In return, the city could move into the annex and save millions of dollars on building a new city hall. And it's a little more intricate than that. The Lincoln Center and the library are both city-owned buildings but county-run facilities. So cleaning up some of that and just doing swaps. But we want to hear what the public has to say. And so we're having a meeting on March 28th at 7 p.m. in the County Annex Building, rooms 1 and 2. We just want to hear what the public thinks about this. Any input is going to be welcome, and we're going to toss the idea around and see what the advantages are, the disadvantages, some things that might be affected or not be affected, and just see if this is even a good option to keep exploring. So again, that meeting is March 28th at 7 p.m. in the County Annex Building, rooms 1 and 2 here in Stevens Point.
And then you're talking about saving, millions of dollars. Obviously, that's going to make people's ears perk up.
I hope so.
Yeah, absolutely. Because the proposal, or what you had been talking about, if I remember right, last summer was a brand new city hall building that was going to cost what was that again?
Well, estimates are between 6 and 7 million. The council decided that they wanted to build new, and that's the option they were going to explore. I think there's alternatives. We can make things work. There are some disadvantages. One would be that the county offices would be out of the downtown area. But there's also some more advantages to that. Some of the county-owned property that's here now could be put on the tax roll. That benefits the county and the city taxpayers. Not to mention the millions of dollars that we would each save. But if the public says no, we're not going to pursue it. So we want to have that input session, and we want to hear what the public has to say. If you can't make the meeting, either myself or the county executive, you can send us an email, leave us a phone message, send us a snail mail letter, but get your point heard. And if you need to know more about it, we can provide that over the next couple of weeks before the meeting.
Yeah, and so this is a meeting, again, it's going to be at the Annex, 7 o'clock on the 28th, and you said you're looking for any and all feedback.
Right, and like I said, this is very preliminary. There is nothing set in stone. We're just tossing around the idea, exploring it, seeing where we want to go. But we want the public's feedback on this first.
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to seeing where those discussions go as this kind of conversation goes on, because things like this they're needed and they don't come free, right?
Yeah, there is no free alternative. There is no option that doesn't cost money.
Absolutely. And speaking of planning and things like that, it kind of works out. We always talk to you right before planning commission meetings on Monday. Anything coming down that pipeline?
Nothing too significant. We talked about these before. We've got a development on what is the former Belkey lumber site. There's a proposal there for these live-work units. So the theory is it's going to be about 10 units to start out, and you live above your shop. So it'll be 2 stories. Whatever shop you have, whether it's a small maker space or an insurance agency or a travel agency or whatever it happens to be, your office would be on the bottom, and then you would live above it, kind of sharing some of that overhead, also making it pretty accessible if you don't like getting out of bed till 7:55 for your 8 o'clock shop. But anyway, it's been well received by the public already. We kind of threw the idea out there last month, and it was well received. People are already asking about rates and how do I get in on this. So we're going to move it through the process. It goes to the Plan Commission tonight, and they'll make a recommendation on whether or not they think this is a good project, and then that will move forward to council. So we've got a little bit of talking to do on it yet. But generally, like I said, it's been well received. That's the biggest one. Some of the other projects are already moving down the pipeline, so I'm guessing it's a shorter agenda, so I think it'll be a shorter meeting.
Yeah, that's what we'd like to think anyway, but sometimes those short meetings mean you got to pack a lunch, right?
Yeah, I don't guess anymore. I gave up on that a while ago.
Yeah, absolutely. But I like what you said there about the fact that you already have people inquiring about these spaces. You said 10 already. Well, if you've already got 5 people inquiring, that means you could have at least 2 or 3 of those, maybe spoken for by the time the plan goes final, if it does go final.
Right, yeah, and like I said, previous Mondays, what we're trying to do is get a variety of housing options downtown. We have some lower income, fixed income, senior housing projects that are working, some young urban professional type housing above retail space. There's a big mix, and that may not work for me. I may not want to live there because I like my single family home. I like having a yard and a basement and being able to punch a hole in the wall with a nail if I need to hang a picture. That's me. I don't mind shoveling. Shouldn't say that because we're probably going to get more snow this week, right? But there's responsibilities that come with home ownership. Some people don't want that. Some people want an apartment. They want less stress, less hassle. Other people want to live close to the downtown or close to their services. The elderly housing project will be close to the Lincoln Center and the library and places that offer senior services. So again, it may not be for you or me, but some people like this and they want this, and that's what we're trying to do: is put that diverse housing stock out there, and let people choose.
Yeah, I was saying, look forward to where these projects go, as well as you continue to grow and develop the downtown Stevens Point area and make it kind of fit what the community needs, right? That's what this puzzle's all about, isn't it?
Right, it is. And it's not about what I want or what you want or what the person down the block wants. It's what's best for all of us. And sometimes that may not fit your lifestyle, but it's going to fit someone else's. And that's why we do it.
Well, as always, we appreciate the time here for these little chats, and we'll look forward to what the next April will bring, and what we'll have to joke about there with the snow.
I got to tell you, Michael, we got one more thing. I would be remiss if I didn't at least mention it. Our parks director of 37 years now, Tom Schrader, has decided to finally retire, and he'll be retiring at the end of April. May 1st is the effective date. So the Parks Commission meets this Wednesday at 6:30 at the police department's community room. We're looking at naming a trail, and we're taking public input on any names that you think are appropriate. I would like to put my 2 cents in to say that I think it'd be appropriate to name that trail after our longtime parks director, Tom Schrader. If anybody else feels the same way, call my office, shoot me an email, call the parks department, or maybe show up at the meeting on Wednesday at 6:30.
Feel free to agree with it, right? It's your
Well,
opinion.
no, I'm looking to, they can put up whatever ideas they want. We want to get the best idea out there, right? But if they are supportive of it, by all means, say so. If you have a better idea or a different idea, by all means, let us know.
Yeah. Any idea is a good idea in this case, right?
Most of the time, yeah.
Most of the time. As long as it's not Trail McTrail Face. Right?
Yeah, Traily McTrail Face. I like that.
Could work. It would be a good way to get some national attention.
There you go.
Point, I'm sure.
All right, we'll try that.
The internet loves their viral things.
Yeah, we'll do something.
Right.
Thanks.
Again, thanks.